Now you'll notice that there was a little bar here that says similarity. This is the percentage of your text in your paper that matches sources in the database. Click to view the Originality Report. You can click here and get this version of the Originality Report, or you can view your essay and click at the top for Originality. The Originality Report will highlight portions of your sentence that are similar to sources on the internet, and it will go in order of percentages, or sources in their files, or other papers that have been turned in. When you click on a source, it will tell you, here are the matches for that source. In this case, we see that what is original, or unoriginal, is part of a work cited. We don't need to worry about this because it's reasonable that many students would have the same entry in their work cited. Here we have another area that's highlighted in the body of the paper. Now this shows us two problems. The highlighted area is words that appear exactly in another source. When we look at this, we can tell there are two problems. First of all, the exact wording of a source is used here, but there are no quotation marks. We know that if we use the exact same words that a source uses, we need to use quotation marks to give that source credit for those words. The second thing we notice is that there are no citations at the end of these sentences. Every time we use material from a source, we need to be clear about which source it's from. Now, a few sentences down, we do have a citation. So we may believe that this simply indicates that everything above the citation came from the same source. However, that is not sufficiently clear. And for that matter, if it is true, we've got much too much source material and not enough of our own words. There are two things we need to do to fix this. First, we need to add citations at the end of every sentence. Since we're looking at a website, we could use the author's name in the sentence or at the end of the sentence. We could put Heenahan in parentheses at the end of these two sentences, or we could add Heenahan to the sentence in an attributive tag. Heenahan says they are located, and Heenahan indicates that the 4 Galilean moons are. So we're giving the author credit. We also need to make sure that we put quotation marks around any words that are the same as the source. If we don't want to use so many quotations, we need to change the words more significantly. Instead of having a few words here and there, we need to change the sentence structure and the words of the original significantly so that we'll be able to consider the wording our own, even though we have to give the source credit for the idea. Another situation that sometimes happens in our Originality Report is this here. You see, Student 1 is highlighted. Well, obviously, this is not plagiarized. Anyone could have your last name, especially if it's a more common last name. So if your last name is Jones or Smith, you'll probably see this highlighted. Oh, look, someone else wrote Smith 1 in their paper. This is also something you don't need to worry about. This is why you need to check your Originality Report, so you can see what parts of the essay you don't need to worry about. For example, here, where we have the title of an article that is highlighted, which obviously everyone who refers to that article will have to use the exact same wording because they'll include the title of the article, or a place where we have used text that is too similar to the original. It's always a good idea to upload your paper ahead of time so that you'll have time to see any errors that the Originality Report brings up and fix them. You can always fix your paper, edit it, and upload it again. Notice, however, that a new Originality Report will take time to be generated. This message says you will get an Originality Report 24 hours after submission is made. If you upload the paper once and you fix all the errors you see, then you shouldn't have to worry about the second report. It should reflect your editing and not contain the errors that your original had.